Hello and welcome to my memory plan for September 27th. It's nice of you to join me. I'm just using my Aura Estelle A5 wide in rose quartz planner and my Live, Love and Craft A5 wide inserts, and I'm just going to be removing those from the planner so that I can lay down the stickers. I like to just clip the edges on them so that I don't always have to open up the rings. Just saves a little bit of extra wear and tear on the rings and the mechanisms. And so that's just what I'm doing here as I get ready to prepare the stickers and the bits and pieces I need to do this week's spread. I'm using a kit this week from Two Little Bees. It's a beautiful kit, but unfortunately I made the error of purchasing it in the wrong size. I think I might have purchased a B6 rather than my normal Erin Condren size. I mentioned in an earlier video I seem to have problems ordering from Two Little Bees. I just don't seem to get the sizes right. Nevertheless, the kit is so stunning that I don't think we're even going to notice, and I tried to use it as best I could to do justice to it. It really is a beautiful kit. So I'm just stepping you through each of the sheets and the little deco sheets that I added to it. I'm really glad I bought those, given that I mucked up with the purchase of the kit itself. And then I thought, just in case I need to, I've got a few extra things to bring in just to extend the kit a little bit further if I need to. Because I purchased a kit that doesn't have the normal full bottom washi as I usually have, I'm using a couple of washi tapes that I purchased from Sharina Jane. On this occasion, because they're a little bit lighter, I might need to take out some of those dark lines, and that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to speed you through as I lay down the base as I usually do, and I will catch up with you again when we start Monday's plans. as I finish up the base, I decided that I wanted to use some of that bottom washi because it was just so beautiful. That's one of the things that draw me to a kit often is the bottom washi, and this was no exception. It was absolutely lovely, so I was trying to use it where I could, even though I didn't have enough to use it at the bottom. So I've just used it to create a little bit of a weekend division, and then I've used a sticker from Arctic Paper Studios and put on there Hello Weekend, and that's a lovely sticker from there. So now that we're heading across to start the plans for the week, just having a little look to see if there's anything in the kit that's got 5 particular stickers that I could use for my work stickers this week. And then I thought, well, perhaps I don't need work stickers at all. But with this lockdown continuing, of course, our activities are just getting less and less. It's getting harder and harder. And so there wasn't a great deal that I needed to put into this week's plans. So I decided to put the work stickers up the top. On this occasion, the little extra sheet had 4 what you'd probably call corner scallops. So, or rather 5. They had a few more than that, but they certainly had the 5 that I needed. So I've just alternated the colours going across the top of the week there and added those little corners to each of the days. Then I've taken, on this occasion, I've decided to use my own work script, and I've popped that across the corner scallops to mark the working week. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier, but this particular kit is foiled in rose gold. The rose gold is really just stunning. It's so beautiful with the lavenders and purples. I used it recently in another spread, and it worked beautifully. I've not used it before, and I can see that it is the perfect match, the rose gold with these beautiful lavender shades. Also underneath the date covers, now the date covers came from Me Handmade Designs because there were none in this reduced kit that I purchased. Underneath there I've used some headers that came from, I might have to put that down the bottom, not sure where they were from now, I can't recall. And then underneath that I've used some Olive Planner Co. little lace stickers that I've popped down just to put that division at the top. I think they're really pretty, those lace stickers. There are some from Sadie's Stickers, and there's also the Olive Planner Co. And I think that you'll find Honey Inked and some of the others have them as well. There's a few of them out there, but they're just perfect. They're not too over the top, but they do a lovely job of dividing an area, I think, and they're very feminine. In the sidebar, I've used a Mum and Me mandala, and then down the bottom of the sidebar, I just trimmed the mandala a little bit because I didn't have enough room to put the half one in there, and just trimmed it down a little bit to finish off the bottom of the sidebar. But basically, I've used most of the things from the kit in that sidebar. Up the top of the sidebar where I've put my monthly sticker, I've used an Olive Paper Co. Banner, a banner would you call it, or a garland might be more appropriate, and this very cute little flower market trolley, which was just gorgeous, and it's quite a large piece, so there's not going to be heaps of areas where you could use that, but it seemed perfect to me to pop up the top to put the month on, and just a little bit of floral decor as well. So starting on the weekly plans, I've come across on to Monday, and I'm starting off with Coffee Monday. That is always the best way to start my day. Those of you who know me will know that I'm really a much nicer person once I've had my coffee, and Mondays are no exception. So I've taken one of the half scallops. There were 3 half scallops, I think. So I've popped one, the pink one, just here on Monday, and noted on there using one of my script stickers that it was Coffee Monday. Then I've used a Mum and Me Handmade Designs coffee cup, and behind that I've popped a little bit of the floral from the kit's deco. And then between the work and the coffee, I have used a flourish divider from Olive Planner Co. That sheet of flourish dividers of hers are really, really beautiful. I know I'm going to be needing to get more of those there. There's quite a variety in them, but they just all flow beautifully together. So heading down underneath the full box, I have used a quarter box from the kit, and I've just marked on here that I had issues with the computer. So following on, if you're a regular with me and you've been watching my other plan with me, you'll know that I've had a month or so of computer issues. A couple of them have been at work and some at home. I'm working through the home ones and they're coming along well, but with the computer ones at work, there was a little more to the computer story than the loss of the power supply. We're having some problems now that there are so many doctors in the clinic on a regular basis that we're struggling with sharing files. So I'm looking at working in another mode. But until I could get that done, and I needed reports and things done, and my computer just did not want to cooperate on this occasion. So I did note computer issues. We were trying to work through them. It's not like it was anyone's fault in particular. It's just one of those things that happens as your systems evolve and you grow, and you have to be ready to cope with that growth. And because we're in lockdown and we're using a lot of telehealth and video health, it all brings with it its challenges. So underneath my computer issues, where I've used a computer from Christine's Paper Studio and some deco from the kit, I've again, through most of this, I've used a lot of my own script, used a script with meeting on it, and noted that we had an 8 o'clock doctor's meeting that night. I've used a laptop from Olive Planning Co., and there was a little bit of floral in the corner of that box, which set it off beautifully. Now it's time to head across onto Tuesday, and I've marked underneath the work sticker that it was payday. I ended up having to come home from work on Monday afternoon to use my computer at home to get the pay reports done so that I could get them done in time. They usually are prepared and done on the Monday for payment on the Tuesday, and this hadn't been going well with my computer issues. So I've used a payday sticker again. That was my own. I put it down. It wasn't happy with where I wanted it, and in the process of picking it up again, I did hack it a bit. I'm not sure why I didn't just accept it and ditch it. I've got plenty of them, and they are my own scripts, but waste not, want not. I've persevered with it and did a little bit of sticker surgery and took off one end of the tail and laid it back down again and tried to sort of get it back to some semblance that it was when I originally took it up. And then I've used a sticker from Samantha May Sticks, which is the little credit card sticker there above the payday. Moving underneath payday, I have taken another half box from the kit. On this occasion, it's one of the green ones, and it's also got that lovely deco in the corner. These sheets from Two Little Bees, the extra add-on sheets, are amazing. They're such great value, I think, and they're almost like a little mini kit in themselves. They've got so much to offer, and they're just so lovely. I really enjoyed using them, I must admit. Now, I thought I was heading down straight underneath that box, but it looks like I've taken something and put it down further, and then in the end wasn't really happy with the little square box, so I've gone back to this probably a third box actually, and with that little bit of deco in the corner of it that was printed on it, and just marked on here that I did Monday's reports on Tuesday, and I also had to do a few extra bits and pieces because we were working up to the end of the month. So the report script is my own. The little desk is from the Pretty Pink Co. And I just noted on there that I did some end of month reports underneath the payday. So moving on down, I have added another one of those lovely flourishes from Olive Planner Co. Again, as you can see, it's quite different to the first one I used, but just perfect, and they all work so beautifully together. Then I've gone back and got that square box that I had picked up earlier, and I've used that to mark Happy Mail. On this occasion, I got one of my subscription boxes from Simply Gilded. I was a little bit surprised because Simply Gilded indicated that Australia Post were having problems with their parcels, so I suspect that the one that I got was probably the last of the line before they stopped sending to Australia, and now there'll be a bit of a gap until things get back to whatever normal is supposed to look like. So I used a script from Mum and Me Handmade Designs for the Happy Mail. I used my own little envelope, my little floral envelope, one of my faves there. And I've used a couple of really sweet butterflies from Olive Planico. Now, you're not going to see that at the moment because I came back afterwards and added quite a few of these butterflies. They come on a separate sheet. They shape different ways, and there's lots of shapes and they head in different directions. It's a very versatile and extremely handy little sheet, and particularly appropriate at the moment with spring. So you'll see me scatter those a little later on. And then once that Happy Mail's been marked, it was that was the finish of Tuesday. So now heading across onto Wednesday, and the last one for this half of the week. I've taken one of the little scalloped circles. They are also very cute, and there's a couple of those in here for layering. And I've noted on here that it was another coffee day. I mean, if the truth be known, I have a coffee every morning, but just lately with lockdown and all the things that go with it, coffee's just that little bit more special than it used to be. And I'm hearing, I don't know where I've heard it, but just recently I've heard it in a couple of places that there's going to be a severe price hike in coffee, and how many people are going to be, cutting into their coffee allowance, and that's just heartbreaking news. So I hope that that's just a rumour and not truth. So I've marked coffee with, as I said, with my script, Mum and Me Handmade Designs lovely coffee cup, my fave, closely followed by Arctic Paper Studio. And then again, another one of those little butterflies that I mentioned coming from Olive Planico. You'll get to see a bit more of them as we go through. And given this morning was a little bit uneventful and I had just been spending a lot of time trying to catch up and get these reports done, decided to use another large piece of deco from the kit. In this case was that cute little wicker basket with the floral on it, and I used one of the purple arrows also in the kit, designed for a little bit of layering. And that took up a little bit of space on a day when I didn't have a ton of things to actually put into my planner that weren't too boring and mundane. Heading down underneath that full box, I don't know if you've noticed too, but the full boxes in this, which makes me think it must have been a B6 size or something, are not long like my usual ones. They're the same width, but they're a little more square. So I certainly did not pick the right one. But, perhaps if I hadn't told you, you may not have noticed. Who knows? You just have to adapt sometimes. The kit itself is stunning, so there was no reason to not try and use it as normal. So underneath there, I've gone with Miss and Meow, a couple of icons from Miss and Meow, and the little apron and the oven mitt, and they're really quite sweet. You can get them plain or you can get them patterned, and I've put that on a flag with some floral on it from the kit. And on this evening, we were looking after a couple of the grandkids, and then when their mum and dad come to pick them up, I usually try and give them a meal or something with the new baby in the house. It's handy to not have to cook every night. And on this night, I did a particularly yummy parma. Parma's pretty easy and straightforward. Not much you can do wrong with it, but sometimes when you have a cooking evening when everything just seems to come together, well, this was one of those, and it was a really tasty parma this night. And then I finished off the night watching a little bit of YouTube, a couple of Plan With Me's, and some craft decorating rooms, and I used Christine's Paper Studio TV to finish that off. That concludes the plans for Wednesday in the first half of the week, and I was just giving you a little bit of a wiggle to try and catch some of that foiling. So now heading across onto Thursday, and underneath the work sticker, I've used a flag from the kit. In this case, it's a purple flag with a little bit of deco on it. Very pretty. Everything in this kit was so usable and so gorgeous. And I just marked on there using Christine's Paper Studio envelope from her icons that I received a Harriet Wright Designs Happy Mail. It was a rather exciting Happy Mail because it is my planner for 2022. I don't even want to think about it. It feels like 2021's just been a blur. I thought 20 was bad, but 21's shaping up to be even more ridiculous. However, there are some light spots, and one of them is receiving this beautiful planner. And it is just like everything else to do with Harriet Wright. It's a really classy planner. It's just beautifully simple and elegant, and I'm really looking forward to using that next year. I've loved using my cloud. It's been fantastic. Been very happy with that. Very happy with my Live, Love and Craft inserts. But I just like a little bit of variety, and I do enjoy a coiled planner as well. The great thing about these planners that I'm working on now is that you can take the pieces out. It's a little bit easier to write in. Underneath that Harriet Wright flag, I've also used another sticker from the kit, in this case a half box with, again, more floral on it. And I've just marked on there emails and close end of month. It had been a challenging few days with regard to reports and things, so emails had suffered a little bit, so I needed to get back to them and finish a few things off. Then popping underneath there, I have taken I'd call it a quarter box, I think, but they're a little scalloped quarter box with a different colour. Again, very pretty and just perfect. And popped on there that I did some laundry this afternoon, and that was worth marking. So the little laundry items on the clothesline are from Print Petticoat Bandit, and the laundry script is my own, and a little bit of decos from the kit. Now, using another one of those lovely scalloped circles, this time in the green, and a small piece of the floral deco, I've just marked on here that one of my sons had his vaccination this afternoon. Not all of my family particularly want to go down the vaccination line, each to their own. I'm very much a believer in people mastering their own destiny. However, work situations in this country are such that it's been made mandatory in a lot of places, so it's not left them with a great deal of choice if they want to continue to, bring in an income, look after their families and maintain a lifestyle. So a few of them, I don't think it was that they had a problem with the jab so much. I think they probably had more of an issue of being told that you had to do it in a country that's not used to living like this, particularly in Victoria. So that's been a bit challenging for them, and I do feel for them, but nevertheless, they've headed off. And on this occasion, he was fairly fortunate to not have too great a reaction, which is really, really good, because we certainly see different people have different types of reactions. So popping over onto Friday and finishing off the working week, I've used another divider from Olive Paper Co., some of the butterfly from her kit also, and some florals from the kit. Underneath there, one of the deco pieces was this lovely spring little banner, so marking the 1st of October, although September is the beginning of spring. I've used this spring banner to take up a little bit of room. And then down underneath that, I've marked that another one of my sons also got the jab, but wasn't quite as lucky as his brother, and he ended up feeling pretty awful and really, really unwell. And so that was a bit of a shame. Everybody, as I said earlier, seems to have a different reaction, and it hit him quite hard. So underneath, I've used one of the half scallops to mark that particular event. And then underneath there, I've gone with that scallop circle. So beautiful again. That beautiful purple floral, just gorgeous. And just marked that I was pretty tired and had an early night on this Friday night. It had been, not a particularly difficult week as such. It had been a bit challenging with different computer issues and just not the normal flow, the normal happy, progressive flow that I'm used to. So that was the end of Friday. Popping down now to Saturday morning, I've used a really sweet box from the kit, a half box on this occasion, the cute little wheelbarrow in the corner. As I said, everything in this kit is just so beautiful. I do love Two Little Bees, and I just need to take a little bit more care when I order. And I marked on here that I did have a little sleep in, and it was really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So that mask is from Christine's Paper Studio, and again I'm popping back to this sheet of butterflies, which I think I'm going to have to get another one of because I can see me using a lot of these. They're just perfect. They're a sweet little size that you can just bring in anywhere, which is great. So underneath my sleep in, I was actually going to work on some more things in my craft room and catch up on a few of the reports that I'd done at home, and left a little bit of a mess behind. So I used this very sweet heart sticker, another piece of floral deco, and added on here that I was going to tackle this job with a coffee. So David made me a cappuccino this morning, which again, like many of my coffees, was very enjoyable, and that was a good way to start the little bit of work that I wanted to do that morning. And then I finished that off with another flourish from Olive Paper Planner, or Olive Planner Co. I don't know why I get that one mixed up. And I used one of her flourishes underneath there, and again another butterfly, before I moved on to this half box. This half box got a cute little pair of shorts on it, and I marked on here that another one of my sons and his girlfriend had a vaccination this day, and also felt like they'd been hit by a truck. They really suffered quite badly. It seems that the younger you are, the more it seems to hit you on. That's what I'm certainly finding with my family, and they really did feel absolutely dreadful. In fact, my son said he's actually never felt so bad in his life, so it was a significant reaction, which is a bit of a shame. However, at least now it's behind them, and hopefully they can move forward. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that their second vaccination won't be so difficult. Okay, so now I'm just heading across onto Sunday, and I've just marked again that that those various members of my family all felt really bad, and I'm using a flag, a beautiful flag with floral on it from the kit. I'm not just marking that they've been really hit hard by this particular vaccination. Then I've used a little arrow, again a little layering piece from the add-on sheet, popped a little bit of the deco on there in the form of a sweet little rose, and popped on a butterfly, really just sort of filling up that white space underneath what I had written earlier. Now heading down underneath the full box, I needed to mark a family birthday. So it was my nephew's birthday today, and I did want to mark that as a special date in my planner. It was also my brother and sister-in-law's wedding anniversary on the same day. I haven't marked that on this occasion. They had a biggie a little while back, but I didn't mark it today, but they do share the same day. And I'm just writing down there using one of my own stickers, a happy birthday. I've used a Christine's Paper Studio little cake with some candles on there, and wrote that it was my nephew's birthday, and the last of the half scallops from the kit. And then just finishing off for the evening on the Sunday, I used the little wheelbarrow, which was in the deco. There was some beautiful deco in here, so I wanted to take the opportunity. I rarely get to use the larger pieces of deco because there's always sort of so much to plan and put in. But on this occasion, it was so beautiful, the deco, that it really needed to be used. So I've used my own font over the top of that, and a Planning Like a Pro pen with a cute little bow on the side of it, and that was just me setting up my planner for the week ahead, where I use my leftover stickers, and it's the one that sort of goes with me to work, and I keep my day-to-day things in it. And the memory planner is where I pick out sort of more of the things that were more prominent on the day and add them. I wouldn't say more exciting, because at the moment you couldn't call anything that we're doing with lockdown exciting, sadly, but that's okay. I am getting to watch a couple of more movies than I would normally do, and that's quite relaxing. And I've actually got a book that that I'm reading at the moment, which I haven't been able to do much before lockdown either. So there's a couple of blessings that have come out of it as well. Now that I've completed all of the plans for the week, I'm popping back across the various days and just adding some of these. Actually, I had quite a few of these butterflies, just not just to bring in a little bit of foil, but they were just so sweet. And because of the many florals in it, it seemed appropriate to have butterflies flapping their little wings around these florals. And so I've taken a little bit of time here to choose lots of different ones. As I said earlier, it's a really good sheet. There's butterflies going in all sorts of different directions, and they're different shapes and sizes, and they're perfect for a lovely spring spread. So once I've finished laying those down, that is my week complete. And once I've finished all of this off, I will take my planner sheets and pop them back into my Aura Estelle. So because there's a nice little bit of foil in these this time, I can actually do a little bit of a wiggle and catch some light and show you how lovely the foil came up. There was quite a bit of foiling in this, and something that's sort of a little bit unique with Two Little Bows is she does those a couple of boxes with those larger features of foil, like the doily shape that was in the one for Sunday, and then the beautiful fresh flower market, which was in the sidebar. She's certainly not lousy with the foiling. There's plenty of it, and it's tastefully and beautifully done. And I think that the little washi from Sharina Jane, although not meant to go with the kit, worked with it just fine. So I'm just showing you what's left over. As you can see, I've used plenty from this kit. There's not a great deal left over. It's a few little things that I'm going to be able to put into my weekly planner, but not a heap. And I really enjoyed using the kit. I do love Two Little Bees. She's a clever designer. Her kits are well thought out, and you get plenty of bang for your buck. There's no doubt about it. And I did thoroughly enjoy using this kit. So if there's anything that you see that I've laid down and perhaps haven't explained thoroughly, or something else you want to know that I might have missed, please don't hesitate to pop down into the comment section and let me know so that I can help you. You can see me here, rather, I should say, at the end of this, going back and just adding a few more of those little butterflies. And then I've also taken a sheet again from Olive Planner Co. and popped on the odd bow here and there as well. You can never have too much foiling. There was certainly plenty on this, but it was nice to be able to use them nevertheless. So please don't forget to subscribe and join me in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.